In the heart of the Niger Delta, where tradition meets modernity, there lies a community that has, for centuries, shaped its destiny through strength, unity and resilience. Welcome to Anioma Trends. Anioma Trends bring you closer to the news makers and inspiring stories of those shaping the future of Anioma land. Join us every Monday on DBS Asaba by 7 p.m., Wednesdays on Quest Television by 8 p.m. and a repeat on Sunday by 8 p.m. and Saturdays on NTA Asaba by 10:30 a.m. as we sit with leaders, intellectuals and influencers who have become the change makers in Anioma society. Anioma Trends, your window into the rich aesthetics of the Anioma people. Hello and welcome to Anioma Trends, where we bring you events that took place in Anioma land, bringing you up to speed with the activities that are ongoing in Anioma land, talking about politics, the leaders and those who are making waves in the airwaves. Today, we will be diving into the making of Anioma Trends. What gave birth to Anioma Trends? What are those intrigues that incited the name Anioma Trends? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mariah Goreti Ngozi Nzenwonwa. I am being joined by the host and the director of Anioma Trends, talking about the person of Barrister Tony Ositadimma Ogana. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Good to have you on the program.
Good to be here.
You look so serious. Can you just stiffen it up a bit?
I look so what?
So serious.
Oh, okay. I'll have it up as well.
Okay, and you're good looking. I love the Anioma dressing.
Thank you. Don't let my wife hear that.
No problem. We are good to share.
I can be shared. You can be shared.
All right. Away from that, people. So let's get down started this way. So what gave birth or what gave rise to the Anioma Trends?
Anioma Trends started as a magazine about 21 years ago. Growing up as a child, I always had the urge to communicate with people. My hobbies are reading, writing, getting to meet people, particularly people that I can learn from. People who are better educated than I am, people who are more well-traveled than I am, people who are by far richer than I am. So at least from the crumbs that drop, I can pay my children's fees, I can pay my bills. So that's how Anioma Trends started. But as it started, we discovered one thing. At 500 naira per copy, not everybody can afford that. The economy is getting more and more constricted. Disposable income is shrinking. So my wife just mentioned to me that, look, isn't there a way we can reach more people for next to nothing? I said, yeah, why not? The internet came, hit Nigeria, and I said, we'll do that. Again, we're doing that. To enjoy communication on the internet, you must have a smartphone. Smartphones don't come cheap. If you cannot afford 500 naira per month to buy a copy of Anioma Trends magazine, it's unlikely that the smartphone will be affordable to you. So we then came up with the concept of a grassroots approach to communicating Anioma affairs, which is why when NTA Asaba, once you have light, even if you have a better pass my neighbor generator, if there's no light, you get to see the program free of charge. You can also see it on Quest TV. Quest TV is also on Star Times 236, and remind me.
Avo TV.
Avo TV.
On your smartphone.
I just learned about Avo TV. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, so just download the app, Avo TV, go there, look for Quest TV, you get it right there.
For free. But you must have data. DBS, you can also see it on DBS for free. You don't have to have data, you don't have to have anything. So as time goes on, we must think of ways of doing old things in newer ways so we can reach more people. So that's how the idea of having Anioma Trends magazine also on television. And it also coincides with the time when Anioma actors, glory be to God, are becoming more active on the national stage, for good or for bad. And then looking at the hierarchy today, easily the most visible Anioma political actor is Senator Ned Nwoko, who has been a friend of mine for about 20 years. From way back in London, he's a golfer like like myself. He's a prince like I do. And I said, okay, let's put him on the spot and see. And then ask him a question that how come he goes from one party to the other, but whichever party he goes to, he wins elections. What is the secret? What is the magic? And that was what last week was all about. So essentially, Anioma Trends is about getting our big men, our big women to talk and meet with the grassroots. It's not like a parliament. It's not only for the people who can afford the magazine at 500 naira a month. The magazine is still there.
It's also about socialites.
It's also about socialites. Oh, you know, in Anioma, we like to have a good time. We like to dance. I mean, we like our kwacha. We like our beads. We like our kola nut. We like our pawan, bulokiti pawan. No one can beat that anywhere in Nigeria. So, Anioma Trends will always be there for you. The magazine, you like you even mentioned, radio. Why not? You know, so even our other people driving on their tuke, which I enter once in a while myself, you know, get to listen to it. It's a gospel. Anioma is about Aniocha, it's about Ndokwa nation, it's about the Ka nation, it's about the Oshine people. And we're blessed, we're Igbos, but we're specific Igbos, we're special Igbos, Igbos of a special kind, of a unique kind. And we're here to showcase the best of what we have to the world.
All right. Now you talked about getting to the grassroots for people to get to know more of Anioma lands. Let's also look at how do people get to know or see what activities that takes place in Anioma Trends.
One, YouTube. Well, our YouTube page is there.
The YouTube channel.
Our YouTube channel.
What's the name of the YouTube channel?
We'll scroll it underneath the program. I can't immediately recall. I'm not as young as I look. I'm 60. I mean, I look at that.
No worry, I'll take that off.
Then we also have it on Facebook.
Okay.
We have it on Twitter. We have it on Instagram, which I'm sure will scroll underneath it for people that want to follow us. In other words, you don't have to wait until a particular time to say, okay, DBS is on Monday 7 p.m. Let me wait till 7 p.m. No. If it's a gospel, you want to carry it on your phone, you want you to spread the message, put it on all your social media handles. Because I'm not more Anioma than you if you are from Anioma, or either of your parents are from Anioma. And you know, how do you put that in Kwale, your language? I just spoke on your chat, say it in Kwale. You can't. You know. Of all our dialects, I think the Kwale dialect is more musical. It's like poetry. It excites me just to hear it. And then the Ka language, you know. So we must spread the gospel wherever we are. So as far as I'm concerned, Anioma is our credo. It stands for excellence, whether it's in banking, it's in business, it's in publishing, it's in the professions, law, media. We are the best and we're here to showcase the best.
Yeah. You know, talking about the grassroots, I'm still remaining there. Some persons would like you to also want to put it on radio so that it can easily get to the rural areas. Those who are Anioma, the owners of the land, they will want to know more of what is happening in their community. You have an intent?
I agree. We're looking at that, but I don't know if you can also help me there. Is it possible to transcribe this TV interview into radio format?
Of course,
I just know that it has to look for one of my big friends to market that, to bear the cost of that.
Okay.
I don't have to sit down again and do another radio interview, you know, all again. But the point is, Anioma stands for the best. If you send person that's from Anioma that's doing things that are negative, you should go and ask his mother a few questions, whether his father is really Anioma.
It's still Anioma Trends, and we are talking about the making of Anioma Trends, what gave birth to Anioma Trends, what is inclusive in Anioma Trends, and our host, Barrister Osita Tony Organa, has been taking us into the world of what really transpired to give birth to Anioma Trends, and he has also told us about the TV stations where you can watch it and the grassroots where you can also get Anioma Trends as the happenings in Anioma land. And of course, get ready because he has also declared that those of you who love the radio to get more to the people, Anioma Trends will also be coming your way. But basically, Anioma Trends is all about socialites, the elites, both those who have made it up in Anioma land. They tend to give out what they have learned so far in Anioma land, so that you and I will be knowledgeable about it. But then, what makes up the concept? Those activities that you can find in Anioma Trend. When we get back from this break, you get to hear more from it. Go nowhere. In the heart of the Niger Delta, where tradition meets modernity, there lies a community that has, for centuries, shaped its destiny through strength, unity, and resilience. Welcome to Anioma Trends. Anioma Trends bring you closer to the news makers and inspiring stories of those shaping the future of Anioma land. Join us every Monday on DBS Asaba by 7 p.m., Wednesdays on Quest Television by 8 p.m. and a repeat on Sunday by 8 p.m. and Saturdays on NTA Asaba by 10:30 a.m. as we sit with leaders, intellectuals and influencers who have become the change makers in Anioma society. Anioma Trends, your window into the rich aesthetics of the Anioma people.
A million thanks for staying tuned. This is still Anioma Trends, and we still have Barrister Tony Osita Ogana right here with us. He is the host of this wonderful programs. But then, let's also get to know our hosts better. Mr. Tony, I really heard a lot of controversial. Praise Tony. He's a prince, he's a barrister, okay? I'm not taking that away. You can imagine. You see, he's also a chief prince chief. All right, so I've heard a lot of controversies about you. I would like you to clear the air so our people get to know who is this wonderful host behind Anioma Trends.
Yeah, it's true I'm controversial, but I want to believe I'm controversial for the right reasons. Let me tell you the story of my life. I turned 60 May 1. I was born May 1, 1964 at Island Maternity, Lagos. I'm the first son of my father, but I'm not the first son of my mother. Polygamy. My mother had a love child before my father met her. I married her, despite the fact that she had a love child. I wouldn't do that. My father chose to do that. People like us are paying that price, but I'll get to that end of the story.
Probably he loved her.
Well, if you love that kind of woman, is that woman not supposed to also love him back?
Yes, the woman would love him back.
Well, that's the story.
Okay.
My father used to work for British American Insurance Company. He rose to the position of area manager. I'm not really upper class, but again, I'm not lower class. If you read the Bible well, somewhere in the book of Proverbs, it talks about God not giving you riches or poverty. So I'm like middle level. My father then, when he had me, used to ride a Vespa. Vespa was the thing then. I mean, when he goes on vacation, what they call leave of absence, vacation, was Lagos at the time, Lagos and Kano. He put his Vespa on a truck. He dropped him out on Chubo Junction. Came down, brought down his Vespa. He had this fancy haircut then, whereby the reigning musician then was Elvis Presley. So my father had that kind of haircut. Good looking man, prince and all that. Rode into town, what it means when you somebody looking for a wife to marry. And that's how they got married in those days. Recommendation, you see a girl, who is her father, who is her mother. Oh, I like her. Investigations. But it was one that, this woman is a teacher. My mom was a teacher. But she had a love child from the Midos. My father said, I like her. And they got married.
I love men who are intentional about what they want.
My father was. They cut both ways. As you'll find out in the story later on.
Either ways.
So, the story was told to me. I wasn't, of course, the judgment, I wasn't born then and all that. To come to Lagos, I was born 64, first child of my father, not of my mother. At the time, my half-brother through my mother, Uchemaido, lives somewhere in Otubu, Obako. He's about still alive, I beg your pardon. 5-6 years, I see him. Was living with us in Sule, Cold Street, that's where I grew up. Number 44 Cold Street. My father sent me to the Winland Nursery School. He had passed the age of nursery, so he couldn't go there. That's the first call I had with my mother. My mother insisted that my father must send her love child, my half-brother, to a nursery school. But there's an age limit to it. That was one. Two, it got to the point where he began to teach me something my father didn't like. Till tomorrow, I know how to steal pot, how to steal meat from soup that's boiling. I learned that from him. I'm not kidding you. That's what I'll do, I just pick it up.
But it's from your own pot, not from another pot.
No, of course, from my mother.
That's not
But
stealing.
my father didn't like those kind of things.
Some person say that's taking. That's not stealing.
It's stealing because we're not giving to me.
Well, it's from your pot. That's why I asked, have you ever done it, taken it from another pot?
No. I'm not.
Okay.
Your
All right.
never.
Okay.
So that's what he trouble started from. My father now went on transfer. Shortly the war now started. Being an Igbo man, my father has always been strong in this. There was no amnesia at the time. What he had was the Igbo Union. My father was arrested throughout the Civil War. My father was in detention. Throughout. And I remember, I recall in 1987 when I, as president of law students, invited Kemba Ojukwu to Inbed, and we made him Grand Patron. And I told him this story. Kemba started crying. Now, Delta Igbos and Anioma people, what's our business with the war? They didn't even know my father. My father was in detention throughout. Long and short of it, he came out and then he was transferred to Ilorin. My mother refused to go on the transfer. My father went alone. I was there for like 2-3 years alone. And by the time my mom now decided to go and join him, my father was already dating a Yoruba woman, Dupe Ogunyemi, from Odueko. I was very young then, but I recall that there was fracas. My auntie came from Ogwashiku, my auntie came from Ashaba, all trying to make peace. Eventually they made peace. My father married her formally. I still remember, I have a copy of the picture, where then what was in vogue was lace and damask in the 70s. We all wore it, including my mother took the picture. But since then, even as a child, I noticed that the gulf between my father and my mother started
drifting apart.
Exactly. But we came much earlier than her in terms of the children. So today I'm 60, I'm sure I have my siblings are in their 40s, maybe 30s. And I tried everything I could to let
That's
my mother,
from the second woman?
From the second one, yes.
Okay.
I tried everything I could to let my mother let bygones be bygones. My mother refused. Now, I'm married today to Chief Mrs. Nkechi Ogana, the Sokomejo of Onchugo. I'm the Ojiso Kilo of Onchugo. The full title is Mwezigwe Ojiso Kilo, Prince, Divine Prince of Wisdom. And then, of course, because I know I'm not in.
Yes, I saw that video and you were looking glamorously dressed.
Thank you.
And your wife was also scintillating. In fact, it was demurring.
No. Well, it's my second marriage. My first marriage broke up.
Okay.
Yeah. I was married to a Benin girl. I don't want to call her name now because I hear she's remarried and all that. But it was a mutually agreed thing and there was no child out of that marriage. In fact, that's why the marriage broke up. We both agreed that we could not continue like this. I lived in polygamy. I didn't want to go through that again because I went to see my father-in-law at the time, my ex-wife's father, who had many wives, and then he told me, I can go and marry another person. I said no. Because I know the implications, I got the lawyer, Barrister Moses Okocha, Moko, call him Moko now to go to court and annul the marriage, not divorce. There's a difference between divorce and annulment. Talk to the lawyer, they will tell you that. So legally, I've been married only once to my current wife. I kept on begging my mommy, okay, come and take care of daddy. Meanwhile, my father retired and all that. Had glaucoma, lost his sight, had nothing. I was begging my mommy, come home and take care of daddy. My mom said she will, but she never did. She said, okay, I should go and build a house for my father where she will stay. Because we just had a family house at the time. So I agreed, I built a bungalow. And my mom refused to come back. My father died. My mom refused to mourn him.
So in all of this, where was the second wife?
You know how they say it now, second wives are there for a good time. If there's no money, second wives tend to disappear. Most of the time. Some stay, but most of them disappear. It's only somebody that's from your area that will stay back and all that. But I recall the burial. My mom wasn't there. The way keep. My stepmother wasn't there. It was only me and my half-sister from her, the other from the woman. We went through everything. My
You mean from your mom?
No,
from the Yoruba woman. Yes. Okay.
My siblings from same father, supposedly same mother as me, seized the casket I bought for my father. My father didn't lie in state.
Who seized the casket?
My siblings.
Why?
See them, ask them. Because, according to them, why did I go and invite my half siblings and all that? But then my father's blood. And I can't do anything that make my father roll in his grave. Long and short of it, we had the burial. The Israeli people gave an ultimatum. We had the burial. They buried my father. I still continue. I'm a Christian. At least I like to believe I'm one. I still had a relationship with my mother, but she never lived with me. I'm not. Women find it more comfortable to live with their
okay, so
than with their sons.
Is your mom still alive?
She's passed. That's what I was
she's
going to
passed.
make.
Okay, good.
So because she did not mourn my father,
Okay.
the bungalow I built where she used to take care of him, God made a way for me. I made a lot of money then. I built a very befitting house for my father, where he's buried. If you come to Otubo today and say you're looking for my house, maybe there are about 1 or 2, maximum 3 houses like that. So a lot of people just go around saying, oh, it's controversial, this man that didn't take care of his mother. It's not true. I'm an Igbo man, traditionally as a first son of your father. If your mom does not mourn your father, you have no business mourning her. You have no business even burying her, your father's compound. And I can't go and stand before any shrine to take any oath to reverse whatever might come. So I stayed away from it. So I just need to clear that. Other than that, I'm not a member of any political party, no. I like to see myself as an Anioma activist. Maybe because the condition of that my father's Igbo unionist, Igbo Gachi and all that. Okay. So I just need to clear that. And I have 4 children, to the glory of God, top of the class, Corona, Green Springs, James Hope College, now in Florida State University, top of the class, and I thank God for that.
Congratulations.
I thank God for that.
Congratulations. So all these situations made you a bit controversial, just as you have said.
I agree. Right. I need to clear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's truly a journey in the making of Anioma Trends. You can see that he had a lot of stories to tell, which of course you and I have learned 1 or 2 from it. Well, we'll be going on a quick break, and when we return, it will be a time for us to wrap up on this segment, but then we still have loads installed for you. Welcome back to Anioma Trends. It's been very intriguing right here, hearing all the discourse from our hosts on Anioma Trends. And before we went on break, he was talking about some issues that make people think he's controversial, but then he is the normal Anioma man that will want to make things right in the society. Glad to have you back, and thank you for still staying tuned with us, Mr. Chief Tony Ogana. All right, and quickly, before we leave, I would like you to give a message to the Anioma families.
My message is short and brief. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, or a traditional worshipper, me a joker, me a long mo, if I'm able, Jido Chukui, GCAK, there's nothing like God. Honor your parents the best you can. God forbid, but if you have to make a choice between your father and your mother, people like me went with my father. That's what the Bible says. All the blessings, go and read from Genesis to Revelation. I've gone over many times. Blessings come through the father line. Your parents make trouble, don't take sides. When you met, you were not there. To be konu, ekbele, family that prays together, stays together. It's something I've learned. My wife and I pray every night with our children, even if we have to pray online. And in the end, if I am Maloke, Bonadia, that's all I have to say. We must remain prayerful, hopeful, and try the best we can to keep our families cohesive. However, if push comes to shove and you have to choose, go with the father.
All right, thank you very much. He chose to go with his father. I chose to go with my father and mother. I will go with both of them. I won't leave anyone behind. And that's where we round off on the show on Anioma Trends. I want to say thank you very much, Prince Chief Tony Osita Ogana. God bless you. Thank you for coming on the show. And get ready for next week's episode, because it's going to be very, very, very exciting. You need not miss any moment on Anioma Trend. I remain my humble self, Mariah Goreti Nzewa. Let me have just put it there. Mariah Goreti and Gozin Nzewa. Do have a lovely day.